Good evening. Weather First meteorologist Gary Frank with an update. It's a weather alert day. We want to keep you posted about what's going on right now because not much happening and it's been pretty quiet throughout the day. There have been a few showers off and on, but as we look at, once again, another mixed sky sunset like we had last night and storms lingered, right now we're going to see storms develop off to our west. The airport's one of the spots we'll look at. We'll also look at some other locations through downtown where you can see that clouds are around just about everywhere we look, whether it's the arch or the other side of things. As we look at Bush and over the river, there's kind of a mix in between of cloud cover and sunshine to finish the day. Our visible satellite, I want to point out a couple of things here. It's starting to take a little bit more shape, and I know we're going to run out of sunlight, but you know, right about here, you can see that that's where these storms have started to develop right from here. That's the front that is going to be the focal point for storm development later on. So here's what's going on here at the moment as we kind of put this into full screen, and I could show you these storms specifically because they've started to fire up here at this moment. And I want to switch to a different radar product while we're kind of zooming in, and you can see that a few of these storms are developing right now. And while we don't have a watch or anything just yet, there are spots off to our south that do, and even further into southeastern Kansas, you'll see that. That's where the watch is now lined up. In fact, now the watch just went into effect here within the last just couple of minutes. So I want to keep you posted. It does include Phelps County, and that is a severe thunderstorm watch until midnight. So it does include Phelps County. It's one of the few spots that it includes, like I mentioned. But I think in general, that's the focal point for severe weather. This is the area that's most likely to see severe weather here throughout the night as we continue to look at the focal point for development. It's going to take a while to get here. I think there are a couple of things that once it gets past midnight, these storms may not be quite as strong. We may see a severe thunderstorm warning or two beyond that, but I don't think that it's going to be a widespread severe weather line as this front moves through because of the timing of that. So that's going to be a big factor into why we're not involved in that. Our severe weather outlook, now that you see why that's been highlighted throughout the day, right? And has been outlined for Phelps County. And you're able to see that here. Our current temperatures right now, temps in the mid 80s here. Big picture shows low 90s. Look at the warm air off to the south. That is the front that's going to be settling in. As this front is interacting with that, that's the core of that. If we had a little bit warmer air throughout the day, you know, we got to 87 with that late burst of sun, you know, we'd probably have a better threat for severe weather, but we don't. And so I think this evening it's going to be pretty quiet here overall with temperatures headed for the upper 70s. But as that storm starts to develop and race into central Missouri, like I mentioned, it's going to interact with that heat and humidity and still some of the sunlight hours. Once the sun goes down and this gets closer, it will weaken a little bit. Doesn't mean it's not going to be still a pretty decent thunderstorm. It's moving at a pretty quick pace. By 10:30, 11 o'clock, I think it's involved in Phelps County, also into Gasconade County. As it moves through, you'll start to notice those colors go the other direction. The storm is weakening, and I think that overall that's going to be the case past 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. But it's still between 10:30 and really, or 10 and about 3 o'clock tonight. We'll see that cold front arrive. This storm may wake you up. At the very least, this storm may wake you up. A lot of thunder, some brief wind, but I think overall, we're still going to continue to look at that moving forward. So for the most part, let's look at a couple of things. I think the wind gusts between 40 to 60 miles an hour are going to be our main focus. And look at that cool air behind this. That's finally going to give us a nice break over the next few days with high temps in the low to mid 80s. So quiet conditions here the next 7 days. You'll see that low 80s, low 60s for highs. Pretty quiet until we get through next week.